Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you are here. Today I've got something really fun to share with you. I'm diving into stencil butter frosting from Polkadoodles. Just look at these gorgeous little jars. They are super creamy, smooth, and honestly, such a joy to work with. They are also unique and beautiful. What I love most is how easy they are to apply. They glide on like butter and they dry without cracking. You can mix the colors, layer them, or even paint them with the inks or watercolors to create something really special. So, if you are looking to add a bit of dimension and magic to your project, I think you are going to love these. Let's take a moment to look at each one up close and see how they behave on paper. I will walk you through them one by one. Here is Mermaid Mist. It has a soft sparkle that catches the light beautifully. What's really special is how the color shifts depending on the background. On the white, it gives a pearly glow with subtle purple flecks. On the black, it turns into rich violet. You will see both effects later in the video when I show you the backgrounds. This one called Ocean Sparkle. It's like sunlight on water. On white, give a soft icy shimmer, and on black, shifts to a bold ocean blue. It's perfect when you want something cool tone but still full of light. This one's called Opal Frost, has such a beautiful soft glow. On white it gives a delicate golden sheen and on black it turns into a rich, almost antique gold. It's subtle but elegant. And this one sugar pink. It's such a cheerful candy-like shade. On white it looks soft and sweet with a gentle shimmer. On a black it turns into a deeper pink with a sparkly highlights. It's perfect for adding a playful touch or a pop-up of color to your project. Oh, this one called Forest Twinkle. It's such a rich, earthy gold with a beautiful sparkle. On white, it gives a soft golden shimmer. On a black, it deepens into a bold, glowing gold. It's great for nature-inspired project on when you want something warm and eye-catching. And here is the last glittery one. Sunbeam Shimmer. It's a bright golden yellow with lots of sparkle. On white it looks sunny and cheerful. On black it turns into a deep glowing gold. It's perfect for adding light and energy to your designs, like a little burst of sunshine. Now let's take a look at how these glittery stencil butters behave on the black paper. And this is where the magic really shows. Each one reacts differently to the dark background, and it's such a fun way to explore their full potential. Starting with Forest Twinkle, it turns into a deep glowing gold that feels rich and warm. Next one is Sunbeam Shimmer. This one becomes a bold golden yellow with lots of sparkle. Next is Sugar Red Pink. On black it shifts into a vibrant raspberry pink with a shiny finish. Then Opal Frost. Here you can really see the difference compared to Sunbeam Shimmer. It's a softer antique gold, less intense but still beautifully reflective. Next one, Ocean Sparkles. This one transforms into a strong icy blue and really pops. And finally, Mermaid Mist. On black it becomes a rich violet with a subtle shimmer that catches the light just right. So we've gone through all the glittery shades, full of sparkle, shine and color shifting magic. Now it's time to look at the matte ones. These don't have any glitter. They give a smooth velvety finish and are perfect when you want something more subtle or when you are building layers without too much shine. Let's take a look at them. This one's clear gloss. It has no color or sparkle. It's amazing for adding texture. It dries completely transparent with a shiny raised finish, so it's perfect when you want to add dimension without changing your color palette. And here is the last one, glossy white. It's smooth, dries, shiny and adds crisp contrast without any sparkle. Perfect for clean texture, especially on the dark background. Now that we have gone through all the stencil butter texture, it's time to have some fun. I've created a few backgrounds using these products to show you how they behave in the real projects. Here's the first background I create using clear glossy stencil butter. I apply it before blending soft green and gray inks. It dries smooth and shiny, adding subtle dimension without changing the colors. Since stencil butter is very creamy, it's important to press your stencil down well so the paste doesn't slip underneath. That happened a little here and here, so just something to watch out for. And if you are wondering which stencil I use, I've added the name in the top right corner for your reference. For this background, I applied matte white stencil butter through a Christmas ornament stencil, then blended pink and brown inks over it. The white adds a soft velvety texture that stands out beautiful against the colors. No shimmer, just a clean matte finish. Just like before, make sure your stencil is pressed down firmly. The butter is creamy, so if it's not flat, it can sip underneath, especially with the detailed designs. And again, if you are curious about the stencil I used, the name is written in the top right corner for easy reference. So those were the matte textures, soft, clean and perfect for saddle designs. Now let's move on to the shimmer stencil butters. These are full of sparkle and really come to life on colorful backgrounds. I've prepared a few examples to show you how they look when I used with a different stencil and color blends. Let's take a look. For this background, you can see how beautifully they mix and catch the light. Each one adds its own sparkle and depth. It's a great way to create a soft, textured base without any defined shapes, just using a palette knife or a brush to play with the surface. I didn't use a stencil, I just wanted to show you how shimmer stencil butters blend together and how you can build the texture with them. I used sugared pink at the bottom, Sunbeam Shimmer in the middle, and Opal Frost at the top. For this background, I used one of the newest stencils. This stencil is one of my favorites. It's playful and really easy to use. With two separate parts, flower and dots, you can mix and match them in so many ways. It works beautiful for layering, adding texture, or just bringing a bit of extra detail to your background. I started by stenciling the flower design twice with a slight shift to create a layered effect. Then I added the dots using yellow ink to bring in some brightness. To finish it off, I added a touch of sugared pink stencil butter just on the dots. It gives them a subtle shimmer and change the color slightly, adding a soft pink shine over the yellow. It's a small detail, but it really lifts the whole design and adds dimension. For the next background, I started with the three shades of green, blending from the dark to light. I used Distress Oxide inks, and I'm just showing which one I used here. Then I apply the stencil design using Opal Frost, which adds a soft shimmer and texture over the blended base. On the darker green, the butter turns in a rich antique gold with a strong shimmer. As the background gets lighter, the effect softens into a gentle golden glow. It's really fun to see how one product can shift depending on the color underneath. The stencil I use has a mix of leaves and circles, and the name is written in the top right corner if you would like to check it out. For this background, I start by blending 3 Distress Oxide inks, deep blue at the top, fading into a soft lilac, and then into a big violet shade at the bottom. It creates a smooth, dreamy gradient that sets a stage for the shimmer. Then I used a floral stencil and added the 3 different stencil butters to match the ink zones. On the right, sugar red pink adds a sweet sparkle over the pink. In the middle, Mermaid Mist brings a soft shimmer to the lilac, and on the left, Ocean Sparkles gives a cool icy shine over the blue. I love how each butter blends into the background while still catching the light. It adds a texture dimension and a touch of magic. For this background, I use black paper to let the shimmer stencil butters truly stand out. I chose an ornamental stencil and blended 3 colors from the top to bottom. At the top, sugar red pink becomes a bold jewel-toned pink with a vibrant sparkle. In the middle, Mermaid Mist shifts into a deep violet with a soft magical shimmer. And at the bottom, Opal Frost turns into a rich antique gold, warm and glowing against the dark surface. These colors really come alive on black, creating a rich and eye-catching effect that makes every detail pop. For this background, I use a woodgrain stencil on black paper and applied 3 shimmer stencil butters from right to the left. On the right, Opal Frost gives a soft antique gold shimmer, subtle and elegant. In the middle, Sunbeam Shimmer adds a bright golden yellow sparkle that really catches the light. And on the left, Forest Twinkle brings a deeper, earthy gold with a warm glow. Even though they are all golden tones, each one behaves differently on black, from soft and delicate to bold and rich. Seeing them side by side really shows off their unique personalities. For this background, I use a spiral stencil to create a dynamic sunburst style design. The base is a soft blend of yellow, pink, and touch of white and gray. It gives a fresh, airy feel with lots of movement. The spiral shape draws the eye in and adds a flow to the whole piece. To build the background, I use Distress Oxide inks in 4 shades. Mustard seed in the yellow, spoon sugar and festive berries for the pink tones, and ice spruce to bring a soft, cool contrast. Then I added shimmer stencil butter to match the ink zones. The Mermaid Mist over the grey, Sugar Red Pink over the pink, and Sunbeam Shimmer over the yellow. These butters blend beautifully with the background, adding sparkle and texture while keeping the colors soft. The result is light, playful, and full of shimmer. Each color catches the light in its own way. Altogether, they create a glowing finish. So far I have shown you all the backgrounds I prepared earlier, each one using different stencil butters, inks and techniques to highlight their texture and shimmer. Now it's time to create a background together, step by step. I will walk you through the process, share tips along the way and show you how easy and fun it is to build something beautiful from scratch. For this one I'm starting with blend of 3 Distress Oxide inks, Salvage Patina, Peacock Feathers and Price Ribbon. These shades give a beautiful gradient from soft aqua to deep navy, perfect for layering shimmer. I will speed up the video a bit while I apply the inks just to keep things flowing, but you will still see how the colors blend smoothly into each other. Once the ink blend is done, I'm using a stencil with a flowing leaf and swirl patterns. From top to bottom, I've applied 3 shimmer stencil butters, Mermaid Mist at the top, Opal Frost in the middle and Sunbeam Shimmer at the bottom. What is really lovely here is how each butter reacts to the blue tones underneath. Mermaid Mist adds a cool violet shimmer over the aqua. Opal Frost shifts into a soft antique gold over the mid-tones, and Sunbeam Shimmer glows warmly against the deeper blue. At the end, just take a look how the colors blend together and how the shimmer butters behave across the different shades of blue. It's a great way to see the versatility of these products in action. And that's it. We have reached the end of today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed exploring all the different ways to use stencil butter. If you feel inspired to try these techniques yourself, I would love to see what you create. Feel free to share or tag me. If you have any questions or want to see more ideas, just let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching and happy crafting!